Once upon a time, in a small coastal town, I, a curious soul named Alex, had always been drawn to the sea. From my bedroom window, I could see the vast expanse of the ocean, its waves whispering tales of mystery and adventure. It was a place of wonder and danger, and I longed to uncover its secrets. One bright summer morning, I decided to embark on a daring adventure. Armed with a well-worn journal, a trusty flashlight, and a heart filled with excitement, I headed to the rocky shore. My friends had warned me about the legends surrounding the sea. Stories of ghost ships, eerie creatures, and uncharted depths, but I was undeterred. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows over the rocks, I waded into the cold, dark waters. The salty breeze tugged at my hair as I ventured deeper, feeling the pull of the ocean's mysteries. The moon cast an eerie glow over the waves, making the sea seem like a world of enchantment. Chapter 2: The Whispering Waves. With each step into the water, I felt a strange sensation, as if the sea itself was calling out to me, beckoning me further into its depths. It was both thrilling and unsettling, like a siren's song luring a sailor to their doom. As I swam farther from the shore, the water grew colder, and the world above me faded into darkness. The only light was the beam from my flashlight, dancing through the murky depths. Strange shapes darted around me, their cold, unblinking eyes reflecting my feeble light. I knew I had ventured into a realm where few had dared to tread. Then, just as a shiver of fear began to creep up my spine, I heard it, a soft, haunting melody. It seemed to come from all around me, as if the very water had transformed into a choir of ghostly voices. The melody was beautiful, yet filled with an eerie sadness that sent chills down my spine. I looked around, but there was nothing to be seen. It was as if the sea itself was singing to me, its mournful tune echoing in the empty expanse. The water seemed to grow darker, and I realized with a sinking heart that I was no longer in control of my own movements. It was as if some unseen force was guiding me deeper and deeper into the abyss. Fear gnawed at me, but curiosity pushed me forward. What secrets lay beneath the waves, and why was the sea itself beckoning me to discover them? I clung to my journal, determined to record whatever horrors or wonders awaited me in the watery depths. Little did I know that this adventure would take a dark and terrifying turn, leading me to a place where the boundary between life and death blurred into a nightmare beyond imagination. Chapter 3: The Ghostly Ship. Deeper and deeper I went, my flashlight piercing the inky blackness of the sea. The haunting melody continued, its mournful notes echoing in my ears. I couldn't escape it, couldn't ignore its pull. As I descended, I noticed something in the distance, a faint, ghostly light. It flickered like a distant star, and I couldn't resist swimming toward it, my heart pounding with a mixture of fear and fascination. The light grew brighter as I approached, revealing the eerie outline of a ship. A ship that seemed to be floating in the void of the deep sea. My breath caught in my throat as I realized that this was no ordinary ship. It was a spectral vessel, its tattered sails billowing in a phantom wind. The wood of the ship was warped and rotting, and its crew, if it ever had one, had long since turned to dust. I couldn't tear my eyes away from this ghostly apparition. It was as if the sea itself had conjured it from the depths of its haunted past. The melody that had guided me here swelled in intensity, as if the ship itself was singing its mournful song. I approached cautiously, my flashlight illuminating the deck. And then, I saw them, ghostly figures, their translucent forms moving with an otherworldly grace. They were the crew of the ship, trapped for eternity in this watery tomb. Their eyes, empty and soulless, turned toward me, and I knew in that moment that I was not alone in this forsaken place. Chapter 4: The Watery Curse. The ghostly crew of the ship beckoned to me with skeletal fingers, their eyes filled with longing and despair. I hesitated, unsure of what to do, but the pull of their silent plea was irresistible. I climbed aboard the spectral vessel, feeling the cold, damp wood beneath my feet. The ghostly figures surrounded me, their voices a whisper in my mind. They told me of their tragic tale, a cursed ship, a treacherous captain, and a mutiny that had ended in bloodshed and death. Their souls were bound to the ship, unable to find rest, forever condemned to sail the depths of the sea. As I listened to their story, I realized that the sea itself had chosen me to be its messenger, to tell the world of their plight. The melody that had guided me here was their song, a song of sorrow and longing that had echoed through the ages. But as I began to write their story in my journal, a terrible realization dawned upon me. The longer I stayed on the ghostly ship, the more I felt myself becoming like them, translucent, insubstantial, trapped in this watery purgatory. The curse of the ship was spreading to me, and there was no escape. In a desperate bid for freedom, I tried to swim back to the surface, but the ghostly crew held me fast. Their cold, clammy hands closed around me, pulling me deeper into the ship's rotting embrace. I knew then that I was doomed to join them, to become a part of the haunted ship's cursed crew, forever lost to the world above. As the darkness closed in around me, I could only hope that someday someone else would hear the haunting melody, venture into the abyss, and discover the story of the ghostly ship. And perhaps, just perhaps, they would find a way to break the curse and set us all free. But for now, I was lost to the depths, a part of the sea's eternal mystery. Chapter 5: The Abyssal Revelation. As I sank deeper into the cursed ship's clutches, my senses became hazy and distorted. The ghostly crew's voices continued to echo in my mind, recounting their tragic tale with a haunting intensity. It was as if their memories were seeping into my very being, merging with my own. I felt a strange connection to these lost souls, an understanding of their suffering that went beyond words. They had been betrayed, their lives cut short by a ruthless captain driven by greed and power. The curse that bound them to this ghostly ship was a reflection of their eternal torment. In the dim glow of the ship's spectral lanterns, I noticed something on the ship's rotting helm, a tattered, ancient logbook. With trembling hands, I opened it, and there, in faded ink, were the accounts of the captain's treacherous deeds, his lust for treasure, and the mutiny that had sealed their fate. As I read the logbook, a surge of determination overcame me. I couldn't let their suffering go unnoticed. I had to find a way to break the curse, to release these lost souls from their watery prison. But how? The answer lay hidden in the ship's history, in the captain's greed and the crew's betrayal. Chapter 6: The Haunting Bargain. Days turned into weeks as I delved deeper into the cursed ship's mysteries. The ghostly crew became my companions, guiding me through the ship's eerie corridors and whispering their secrets. Together, we pieced together the captain's malevolent plan, a plan that had left them trapped for centuries. The key to breaking the curse lay in the captain's greed, in the treasure he had sought to hoard for himself. The ghostly crew believed that if the treasure were returned to the depths of the sea, their souls would find rest at last. But the treasure was hidden, its location known only to the captain. With the ghostly crew's guidance, I searched every inch of the ship, every hidden nook and cranny, until at last, we found a cryptic map. It was a map to the treasure, a treasure that had become both their salvation and their curse. But retrieving the treasure would not be easy. The ghostly crew warned me of the captain's vengeful spirit, still lurking on the ship, guarding his ill-gotten riches. They told me of the trials and tribulations I would face, the dangers that awaited me in the watery depths. I had a choice to make, to confront the captain's spirit and retrieve the treasure, or to remain trapped on the cursed ship for all eternity. With the ghostly crew by my side, I made my decision. I would face the captain, confront the horrors of the deep, and break the curse that bound us all. The journey ahead was treacherous, filled with peril and uncertainty, but I was determined to free these lost souls and find a way back to the world above. The haunting melody still echoed in my mind, urging me forward, as I prepared to confront the vengeful captain and unlock the secrets of the ghostly ship. Chapter 7: The Captain's Revenge. With the cryptic treasure map in hand, I embarked on a perilous journey to confront the vengeful spirit of the captain and retrieve the cursed treasure. The ghostly crew accompanied me, their spectral forms guiding me through the ship's eerie corridors and sharing their knowledge of the treacherous captain's ways. As I ventured deeper into the ship, I could feel the presence of the captain growing stronger, his malevolence seeping into every corner. The air grew colder, and strange, eerie noises echoed through the ship. It was as if the very walls were alive with the captain's malevolent spirit. At last, I reached the heart of the ship, a chamber filled with the captain's personal belongings and the cursed treasure itself. The room was shrouded in darkness, illuminated only by the faint glow of the ghostly lanterns. And there, in the center of the chamber, stood the captain's spirit, a menacing figure wreathed in shadow. The captain's eyes, filled with hatred and fury, locked onto mine. He spoke in a voice that sent shivers down my spine, vowing revenge for my intrusion and for the betrayal of his crew. I knew that I was facing a formidable adversary, but I couldn't turn back now. The fate of the ghostly crew and my own hung in the balance. Chapter 8: The Price of Redemption. The captain's ghostly form advanced towards me, his spectral hand reaching out with a malevolent intent. I braced myself for the confrontation, knowing that I had to retrieve the cursed treasure and break the curse that bound us all. With the ghostly crew's encouragement, I revealed the cryptic treasure map and offered a bargain to the vengeful captain. I promised to return the treasure to the depths of the sea, where it belonged, in exchange for the release of his cursed crew and my own freedom. The captain hesitated, his eyes filled with a mixture of anger and longing. The cursed treasure had been his obsession in life, the source of his downfall and the torment of his crew. But now, faced with the opportunity for redemption, he seemed torn. In the end, the captain agreed to the bargain, his vengeful spirit finally giving way to the realization that his pursuit of treasure had cost him everything. With a solemn nod, he pointed to a hidden compartment within the chamber, where the cursed treasure lay. I carefully retrieved the treasure, the ghostly crew watching with hopeful eyes. As I held the cursed riches in my hands, I could feel the weight of centuries of suffering and greed. It was time to return it to the depths of the sea and break the curse that had bound us all. With the ghostly crew by my side, we made our way to the ship's deck, where the moon cast an eerie glow over the water. I tossed the cursed treasure into the sea, watching as it sank into the abyss. As it disappeared into the dark depths, the ghostly crew's forms began to fade, their expressions filled with relief and gratitude. One by one, they dissolved into mist, their souls finally finding rest. The haunting melody that had echoed in my mind grew fainter until it was but a distant memory. I was alone on the now silent ship, the curse broken, and my freedom restored. But the journey was far from over. I had to find my way back to the world above, to the coastal town that had once been my home. With the ghostly ship fading into the depths behind me, I began my ascent, determined to return to the surface and leave the horrors of the deep sea behind. Little did I know that the mysteries of the sea would continue to haunt me, and that the adventure I had embarked upon was just the beginning of a much greater journey. User. Chapter 9, The Return Home. As I made my ascent from the depths of the sea, leaving behind the cursed ship and the haunting melody of the ghostly crew, I felt a strange mixture of relief and sorrow. The weight of the centuries-old curse had lifted, and the memory of the captain's vengeful spirit began to fade like a distant nightmare. The journey back to the surface was arduous, the water growing brighter as I neared the sunlit world above. My lungs ached for air, and my limbs felt heavy from the depths I had ventured into. But the thought of returning to the coastal town, to the life I had once known, drove me onward. As I breached the surface, gasping for air, I found myself surrounded by the familiar sounds and sights of the world above. The sun warmed my skin, and the gentle waves cradled me. I was back in the realm of the living, free from the haunting curse of the deep sea. I swam to the rocky shore, where I had embarked on my fateful adventure. The townspeople had long given me up for lost, and my return was met with astonishment and joy. They listened in awe as I recounted my harrowing journey, from the discovery of the ghostly ship to the redemption of its cursed crew. I had become a hero in their eyes, a beacon of hope in a world where the sea held both wonder and terror. But I knew that my adventures were not over, that the mysteries of the sea still called to me. The haunting melody, though distant now, lingered in the back of my mind, a reminder of the secrets that lay beneath the waves. Chapter 10, The Call of the Deep. In the days that followed my return, I couldn't shake the feeling that my journey was not yet complete. The sea still held its mysteries, and the haunting melody continued to echo in my thoughts, pulling me back to the water's edge. I spent my days by the shore, watching the waves and listening to the whispers of the sea. It was as if the ocean itself was calling out to me, beckoning me to explore its hidden depths once more. And so, with a heavy heart, I made the decision to embark on a new adventure, to uncover the secrets that still eluded me. With the support of the townspeople, I set out on a new voyage, armed with the knowledge and experience I had gained from my previous ordeal. The sea welcomed me back, its waves carrying me to uncharted waters and unexplored mysteries. As I ventured deeper into the ocean's embrace, I couldn't help but wonder what new horrors and wonders awaited me. The haunting melody had not left me entirely. And I knew that the sea still held its secrets close, waiting for a curious soul to uncover them. My journey had taught me the importance of redemption and the power of compassion, but it had also shown me that the depths of the sea were filled with both beauty and darkness. And so, with a sense of both trepidation and excitement, I sailed on, ready to confront the unknown and to discover the truths that lay hidden beneath the waves. Chapter 11: The Siren's Lure. As I ventured deeper into the ocean, the mysteries of the sea seemed to multiply. Each day brought new wonders and dangers, and I marveled at the beauty and vastness of the underwater world. Yet, the haunting melody that had guided me on my previous journey continued to resonate in the depths, a constant reminder of the sea's secrets. One day, as I explored a vibrant coral reef teeming with life, I heard a faint and mesmerizing song. It was unlike any sound I had ever encountered. A haunting melody that seemed to come from all around me. The voice was ethereal, enchanting, and impossible to resist. Drawn by the siren's song, I followed the sound through a labyrinth of coral formations until I saw her, a siren, with long flowing hair and shimmering scales, perched upon a rocky outcrop. Her voice was a siren's lure, and her eyes held a hypnotic power that ensnared my senses. The siren beckoned to me, her voice promising untold secrets and untamed beauty in the depths of the sea. I knew the danger of succumbing to her enchantment, but I couldn't resist the call of the siren's song. With each step, I drew closer to her, ready to uncover the mysteries she held. Chapter 12: The Siren's Secret. As I approached the siren, her captivating melody surrounded me like a shimmering veil. Her eyes, the color of the deepest ocean, held a knowing gaze, as if she could see into the depths of my soul. I was entranced, unable to look away. With a graceful gesture, the siren extended her hand, and I took it without hesitation. She led me deeper into the underwater realm, through twisting passages and hidden caves, all the while singing her haunting song. It was a journey into the heart of the sea's mysteries. A place where time seemed to stand still. As we swam together, the siren revealed her secret. She was a guardian of the ocean's ancient knowledge, a keeper of its most sacred stories and hidden treasures. She had watched as countless adventurers had been drawn to her song, each seeking to unlock the sea's mysteries. But the sea did not yield its secrets easily. It tested those who dared to venture into its depths, challenging their resolve and determination. The siren explained that I had been chosen, just as others before me had been chosen, to prove my worth and uncover the sea's most profound truths. With the siren as my guide, I embarked on a series of trials and challenges, each more perilous than the last. I faced treacherous currents, encountered mythical creatures, and delved into the darkest depths of the ocean. It was a journey that pushed me to my limits, testing my courage and determination. But with each trial I passed, the siren's trust in me grew, and the haunting melody that had drawn me to her became a symphony of shared purpose. Together, we uncovered the sea's ancient secrets, unlocking the mysteries of its depths and revealing the hidden wonders that had eluded me for so long. As our journey continued, I realized that the sea was not just a place of darkness and danger, but also a realm of boundless beauty and untamed magic. And I knew that I had been chosen for a reason, to be a guardian of the sea's knowledge, to share its stories and protect its treasures for generations to come. With the siren by my side, I embraced my role as a steward of the deep, ready to face whatever challenges and wonders the sea had yet to reveal. Chapter 13, The Guardian's Oath. As I journeyed alongside the siren, unlocking the mysteries of the deep sea and embracing my role as a guardian of its knowledge, I felt a deep sense of purpose. The challenges and trials we faced had strengthened my resolve, and the haunting melody that had once ensnared me had become a source of strength and guidance. One day, as we explored the ancient ruins of a sunken city, the siren turned to me with a solemn look in her eyes. She spoke of the oath that all guardians of the sea must take, a pledge to protect its secrets, to respect its creatures, and to preserve the delicate balance of the underwater world. I understood the gravity of this oath, the responsibility it carried, and I knew that I was ready to make the commitment. With the siren as my witness, I swore to uphold the guardian's oath, dedicating myself to the sea and its mysteries. It was a bond that went beyond words, a connection to the very heart of the ocean. With the oath taken, I felt a surge of newfound power and purpose. The sea seemed to respond to my commitment, its currents and creatures acknowledging me as one of their own. I was no longer just an adventurer seeking to uncover the sea's secrets. I was a guardian, entrusted with its knowledge and its protection. Chapter 14, The Final Revelation. As a guardian of the sea, my journey with the siren continued, taking us to even more remote and mysterious corners of the underwater world. Together, we uncovered the ancient tales of lost civilizations, the hidden wonders of the deep, and the intricate ecosystems that flourished beneath the waves. But the most profound revelation of all came when we encountered a colossal and ancient sea creature, the Leviathan. It was a creature of myth and legend, a guardian of the sea's most sacred secrets. The Leviathan's immense size and wisdom were awe-inspiring, and its presence sent ripples through the underwater realm. The Leviathan revealed to us the sea's greatest secret, a source of boundless energy that could heal and protect the ocean and all its inhabitants. It was a gift that had been hidden for centuries, waiting for a guardian worthy of its power. With the Leviathan's guidance, we embarked on a quest to harness this energy and use it to heal the sea, to restore balance to its delicate ecosystems, and to protect its creatures from the threats of the surface world. It was a mission that would test our determination and strength to the utmost. As we delved into the depths of the sea to retrieve the source of this energy, we encountered challenges that pushed us to our limits. But with the Guardian's oath in our hearts and the haunting melody as our guide, we persevered. In the end, we succeeded in unlocking the sea's greatest secret, unleashing its power to heal and protect. The ocean responded with a surge of life and vitality, its creatures thriving, and its waters shimmering with newfound energy. As guardians of the sea, we had fulfilled our purpose, unlocking the mysteries of the deep and safeguarding its treasures. Our journey was one of adventure and discovery, of challenges and triumphs, and as we looked out into the endless expanse of the sea, we knew that our role as stewards of the ocean's knowledge and beauty would continue for generations to come.